right, a beautiful morning to you and yours, and this is Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad, and it is a Tuesday, the 20th day in the month of January. January is actually winding up and just moving on its own. Like, I feel like this January is so fast. So fast. But anyway, I'll be here from now till 9:55. We'll have quite a number of things to do together. But first off, from now till 8:10, we would quickly go through the weather forecast and then also the motivation quote for today. How was the rain over at your end? Did it rain over at your end yesterday? I mean, because some parts of the town actually had rain fall yesterday evening slash night, so to say. And this morning still, in the early hours of today, there was still like light showers. Hope that didn't disturb you. All right, now moving on, let's check out the weather forecast, what to look forward to. Right now is about 26 degrees Celsius. Do not let the coldness outside fool you. The sun is actually peeking behind the clouds right there. All right, so it will keep rising to peak at 33 degrees Celsius later today around say 3 p.m. The temperature is going to be around 33 degrees Celsius, okay? And before it starts dropping to 25 degrees Celsius later tonight, though it's going to be partly cloudy between 9 a.m. I mean, it's too cloudy right now, but that a lot of people are saying it's because of the rain that fell yesterday. So it's still going to be partly cloudy from now to around 11 a.m. this morning, and that is when the sun will start coming out truly, and basically. So that's that, and mostly sunny conditions are expected to start around 11 a.m. Now, looking at the motivation quote for today, it actually says self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give others. I'll take that again. Self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. And this is a core definition from psychologist Christopher Germer. And it actually is saying that self-compassion involves turning the care and understanding we offer friends or loved ones towards ourselves, right? A key component in fostering mental and emotional well-being by meeting our own struggles with warmth, not with harsh judgment. A lot of people do not tend to show themselves compassion or care or even love. Now, how do we go about with this? Let's actually break it down really quick. First part is mindfulness. Acknowledging our pain without exaggerating it is one way to actually show ourselves compassion. Another one is common humanity, recognizing that suffering and imperfections are part of the shared human experience, not isolated flaws. Another part is self-kindness, because treating ourselves with warmth and understanding rather than harsh criticism is another way to go. Now, why does these matter? Why does all of this matter? It matters because you have to build resilience. Bouncing back from setback with greater ease is actually one of the reasons. Another one is to reduce stress and anxiety by lowering negative self-talk. Do not, say things to yourself that are not pleasant. Another one is to improve relationships, because fostering healthier connections with yourself and with others as well. If you love yourself, it will be very easy to give the same love to other people. So in essence, the quote actually encourages a shift from self-criticism to self-support, offering yourself the same grace you would offer a loved one or people around you. Okay, so with that, I'll be heading straight to the music. Do not forget, the quote says, self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. On that note, this one is Stu Baba coming through with True Love. Stick around, keep it locked, because the truest love you can give to anybody is the one you give to yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You see, true love, she used to leave here before, but I done messed up and threw her out the door. Now I don't feel iron like I used to before. All the things we used to say, all the way we used to play, how we used to play. Now there's an emptiness inside of my soul, and they say my unmanliness will start to show. And God knows I cannot take it no more. That's why I'm asking you, how do I come up with you? You see, I'm looking for someone to satisfy me, looking for someone to love me completely. Oh, I cannot take it no more. That's why I'm asking you, how do I come up with you? You see, I'm looking for someone to set my soul free. Looking for someone to love me completely. Looking for someone to show me true love. And I'm searching for the kind of possibility. Someone to truly love me for me. Someone to come and be my true love. 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 Oh, hey. Seeing us achieving to make my head spin this way. I feel like jumping in a way. Cannot take it no more. Oh God. You see, I'm looking for someone to satisfy me. Looking for someone to compliment me. Looking for someone to be my true love. And I'm searching for the kind of possibility of someone to truly love me for me. Someone to come and be my true love. True love. True love. True love. True love. To love me completely, looking for someone to show me true love. And I'm searching for the kind of possibility, someone to truly love me for me, someone to show me be my true love. True love, that's my true love, true love, that's my true love.
All right, 13 minutes past 8 a.m. and this is still Melody Sunrise on Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad and it is time to go through the front pages of various Nigerian dailies this beautiful morning. And per usual, I have the Nigerian Tribune, I have Vanguard newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, the Punch, and the Nation newspaper this morning. So we'll begin from the front page of the Nation newspaper, taking the first headline, and this one says, why PDP Secretariat remained locked by FCT police. Stories on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this very morning. CBN, that is the kicker of this headline, banks raised lending to firms, a household in fourth quarter of 2025. Stories on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning as well. Shawara's trial for criminal defamation begins Thursday. Stories on page 4 of the Nation newspaper as well this morning. Abdulrazak, Emir Saraki, others mourn Ilorin chief imam. And that story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper this morning. INEC excludes PDP SDP candidates from Ekiti 2026 final list. Stories on page 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Nigeria ready for front seat in global economy. That is a headline and has a rider attached to it. Says Shetima raises hope, opens house in Davos, and that story is on the front page. Continues on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. So another headline, Kano governor firms up APC defection plan, and that story is on the front page, continues on page 2 as well of the Nation newspaper this morning. Alleged terror financing, and that is the kicker of this headline. DSS arrest ex-AGF Malami. Story has a rider, says ex-minister collaborator remains abroad, and that story is on the front page, continues as well on page 2 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Our assailant killed mother, 6 children in Kano by neighbors, and that story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Moving on to the Punch newspaper, the front page, first headline I'll be taking says federal government votes 10 million naira for Abuja runway after scrapping 532 billion naira deal. Stories on page 23 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Kano government meets Tinubu amid defection talks, and that story is on page 10 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Military discovers Boko Haram underground storage fuel dump, and that story is on page 3 of the Punch newspaper as well this morning. The job scam syndicate luring Nigerians into Ukraine-Russia war. Stories on pages 18 and 19 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Checking out the biggest headline on the front page of the Punch newspaper, amnesty deal. And that is the kicker of this headline. Outrage mounts as Katsina moves to release 70 bandits. And that story has a writer, says Tinubu told to stop release of bandits on trial. ACF, Afenifere, others slams Katsina state over amnesty deal. And that story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. It seems Katsina State wants to really go ahead with that move. See how that pans out in coming days. Okay, and to another headline, banks record rising loan default amid strong demand. And that story is on, that statement is according to the CBN. Stories on page 23 of the Punch newspaper this morning. DSS arrests Malami after release from Kuje prison. And that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Ekiti poll, that is the kick of this headline. PDP SDP reject exclusion from INEC final list, and that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this very morning. Now moving on to the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning. First headline I'll be taking says PDP decries insecurity as Kaduna denies abduction of 163 worshippers, and that story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Federal government contractors on a war path over 4 trillion naira debt. Stories on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. FCTA kicks as workers begin indefinite strike. Story is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. To the biggest headline of the front page of the Guardian, 1 year after, that is the kicker, 50% telco tariff hike leaves operators happier, consumers frustrated. That one I can attest to, because it's been a hoot for the past couple of weeks. For those that are using the network that is red, you understand, especially the internet. Anyway, that story can be found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. IMF aligns with World Bank on Nigeria's 4.4% growth projection, and that story is on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Federal government to appeal judgment in attacks against journalists, and that story is on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. To another headline, Kano killings, that is the kicker. Tinubu orders probe as state takes over prosecution. Stories on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper as well this morning. Court strikes out a Meta X as federal government rearraigns Showore on amended cyberbullying charges. Stories also on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper this very morning. Now to another headline. It says Polysmart invests 60 million in Nigeria's largest plastic recycling plant, and that story is on page 18 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Sanwo-Olu signs 2026 4.4 trillion naira budget into law. Stories on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. APC closes in on Kano as state chairman, hopeful of Yusuf's defection. Stories on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Now moving on to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this very morning. First headline reads, IMF upgrades Nigeria's 2026 growth outlook to 4.4%, and that story is on page 19 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. DSS arrest Malami after arrest from Kuje prison. Stories on page 29 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Impeachment, that is the kick of this next headline. Pandef reconciliation panel concludes Rivers engagement returns to Abuja. Stories on page 12 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. To another headline, this one says there was never an Igbo coup, and that story is on page 16. Statement is credited to Raf Obioha. To the biggest headline on the front page of Vanguard newspaper, confusion over alleged kidnap of 172 worshippers in 3 Kaduna churches. And that story has a handful of riders. First one says, sad development, but we will not give up, says Northern Khan. Adds 172 were said to have been kidnapped, 9 escaped. Another writer says no one was kidnapped in Kajuru, says police council chairman. And the final writer says abduction exposes grave security failure. And that is a statement credited to the PDP, and that story is on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this very morning. Now, moving on to another headline: tanker accident in Lagos. And, there are pictures attached to the front page as a diesel-laden tanker actually got overwhelmed on the Tin Can Liverpool Bridge in the Apapa area of Lagos with, hordes of residents and passers-by scooping fuel. I really wonder, because something like this happened in Ibadan like last week as well, on the Akala Express, and people were actually scooping diesel. Safe to say that nothing actually happened, but in the past we've seen where things like this happen, and then people go about scooping diesel or petrol, and the tanker actually burst out into flames and people die. It is really a risky business doing this, and I don't understand why Nigerians actually do this. Anyway, to check the full story, you can catch that on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this very morning. Now to another headline: Kano, that is the kicker. Governor Yusuf meets Tinubu, defect to APC today. Story has a writer says governor keeps mum after meeting at Aso Villa, and that story is on page 26 of Vanguard newspaper as well this morning. Anti-Tinubu post, that is the kick of this headline: federal government amends charges against Showore, delists Facebook and X, and that story is on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Sanwo-Olu signs a 4.4 trillion naira budget. Stories on page 10 of Vanguard newspaper this morning. Massacre of Christians, and that is the kick of this headline. What we told the New York Times bureau chief McLean, that is a statement credited to Inter Society, and story can be found on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Now, moving on to the front page of Nigerian Tribune. First one says IMF raises Nigeria's 2026 growth forecast to 4.4%, and that story is on page 5 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. And to another headline: alleged abduction of 100 worshippers. That is the kick of this headline. No one was kidnapped in Kaduna, police local government chairman says, and that story is on page 25 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. The biggest headline on the front page of Nigerian Tribune: the SS arrest Malami after release from Kuje prison, and that story is on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Alleged cyberbullying, and that is the kicker of this headline. Police file 6-count charge against Stone on Nojobi, and that story has a writer remands doctor for issuing alleged fake report for her. Stories on page 21 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Ekiti poll, that is the kick of this headline. PDP, SDP missing. INEC clears APC 11 others and final candidates list, and that story is on page 15 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. To the health column, and this one says brain diseases on the rise, but prevention cure missing in Nigeria, and this is according to a neurologist, and story can be found on page 20 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Amid defection moves, Kano governor visits Tinubu in Aso Villa. Stories on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. Federal government denies seating gold refinery in Lagos. Stories on page 2 of Nigerian Tribune this morning. And to another headline, the final one I'll be taking from the front page of Nigerian Tribune: Ondo judicial crisis deepens as budget cuts. Autonomy disputes paralyze courts. And that story has a writer says we've resolved our differences. They should resume soon, Ondo Justice Commissioner says. And that story can be found on page 3 of Nigerian Tribune this very morning. And this is as far as we can go checking out the front page of various Nigerian dailies. The time is 8:26 from the studios Do not forget that by 8:30, the sports crew will be in the studios to take us through the exciting world of sport. But in the meantime, A7S, David Guetta, Wizkid coming through with Lighter.
Sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like that. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a white ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like that. You got control of me when I go deep in your water. Don't need apology. No, you can do what you want. Yeah, we're the life of the party, and you can tell that there's no doubt the way I feel about you now. Say whoa, anytime, any place, I'll be there for you, babe, you know. And if you need some space, I'll give it to you like my soul. I love how you taste, all your curves and shades, and all of you. Baby, you came in the right time, sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like that. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like that. Like your banjo, give me dance so. Love you in 1,000 ways. Now you be the party Kamajo, give me dance so. I no go use you play. Give me love and affection. You want it more fair, you want it more fair, gone. And if I lose you, I lose a piece of me. I will never let you go. Say whoa, anytime, any place, I'll be there for you, baby, you know. And if you need some space, I'll give it to you like my soul. I love how you taste, all your curves and shades, and all of you. Baby, you came in the right time, sitting on me, drinking white wine, taking me places I ain't been before. You make me feel like that. I did not know what it feels like, taking my mind on a wild ride. I'm in for a lifetime for sure. You make me feel like that.
This station, Melody 100.7 FM.
Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I believe every lie that I ever told. Paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got sold. This is my world. Somewhere I heard that life is a test. I've been through the worst, but I still give my best. God made my mold different from the rest. Then he broke that mold, so I know I'm blessed. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king with kingdom come. So you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. So you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I got all the answers to your questions. I'll be the teacher, you could be the lesson. I'll be the preacher, you be the confession. I'll be the quick relief to all your stressing. It's a thin line between love and hate. Is you really real or is you really fake? I'm a soldier standing on my feet. No surrender and I won't retreat. This is my world. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. So you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. So you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes I am, yes I am, yes I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Go ahead and tell everybody what I'm saying, y'all. I'm the man. Go ahead and tell everybody. Hear what I'm saying, y'all. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
All right, so we're back to it. Hello Black doing The Men, and this is Melody 100.7 FM. Melodies, Melody Sunrise. My name is Bolabad. How's it going? It is 8:33 a.m. from the studios, and you know it, that it's time to talk sports at the Sports CN, the studios with me this beautiful morning, this beautiful cold, chilled morning. How was the rain for you yesterday?
I mean, it was a surprise for me.
I spotted it.
I just came out and everywhere was
honestly
wet.
I was at the lounge, right, and I saw the weather change.
Did you see that in the weather forecast you gave them? Okay, you were not the one.
I was not the one, on the Melody Sunrise this morning, yesterday. So I saw the weather change around that 4.
It was a shock.
What's going on here? I was like, it rains, so it does not rain. I'm going home. I'm going home, so I just ran home.
And my time this year is now a carryover.
I don't even understand the way. See, I'm sure the weather does not even understand it.
As in, it does look like that.
It rained 31st rather of December, and we thought that, it was Harmattan rain.
Mm-hmm.
Another rain fell. We were saying that this one will bring the Harmattan out, go. But now this is the third rain, yeah. And I'm like, it's like, we have entered rainy season.
You don't even know what to say again. I mean, people going out now should just expect anything.
I'm telling you. And when the weather just changes, I was in the house, past 5. I said, Kilo chile. And the rain started, like play. It started, and it started raining. And I was like, wow. Okay, I love it. And in the early hours of today, as well, around past 5, it drizzled a bit as well this morning. And I was like, hey, God, I beg. Baba overdo.
Overdo as you like. Do as you wish. The unquestionable Baba now.
I'm telling you. I was like, Jehovah overdo. You're like, what? Anyway, it's a great one. And it rained in fall at your end. Some people said it was just light showers yesterday for them, because I had, spoke with my sister. She was like, it was just light showers. I was like, light showers, Mibu. Here, it rained cat and dog. Oh God.
It wasn't a shower.
It wasn't a shower, Coco. If you enter it, you will drench. Anyway, what's going on in the exciting world of sport?
Well, we're still all still mourning about the very disappointing AFCON final, where, Senegal, of course, emerged champions.
I love the fact that Senegal won. It would have been a really, really crazy one if Morocco had won.
Well, a lot of
We
people
wouldn't
say
have
that.
been surprised if Morocco had won.
Definitely, but
We wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been football.
Well, it was
if
just a
Morocco
lot
had
of
won.
drama.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people say it was football that won.
Yeah,
Eventually,
because the system tried to make Morocco win.
everything. I mean, it got to a point where everyone began to question
Like, what's
the
going on?
sportsmanship of the Morocco Football Association. It was beneath what should be their standard, sincerely speaking. They put up a very good tournament. The way everything was designed, the pitch, the environment, and all to just get to the quarterfinal, semi-final. They just start playing games, with goalkeepers. Even the field stewards start picking goalkeepers too well, and all of the dramas, the officiating, and to come to the final where the world is watching, and all of these things started happening. The Senegalese refused to come onto the field, left after a penalty was awarded here and there. So since that, the FIFA president came out yesterday, released a statement for how disappointing it was. In fact, a clip was released of him when he was going to hand the trophy to the Senegalese. He was almost not touching it, leaving it to the CAF president. I just give it to them. This was a disappointment. So it's all of the things in the news this morning. A lot of people reacting. We should be praising Morocco for hosting a very wonderful
Yeah,
tournament.
definitely. They did,
But
and they
now
tried to win,
they've
but
robbed
they
themselves
couldn't.
of that glory.
It is where it is. It is where. Better luck next time. But then they're saying that for next year we have Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania hosting together.
Yep, that's one of the things people are looking forward to how it's going to be. Three nations, one tournament.
One tournament.
In Africa.
It's going to be a lot of traveling.
It's going to be a lot of
for
traveling,
the
sincerely
qualified
speaking.
teams, yeah.
It's going to be a lot of traveling, but we still don't know how that is going to pan out, how they're going to make the arrangements. I mean, are we going to play all the group stage in one country and then move to the next round to another country? Because you can't play a group game, first match in one country, and then you go in for, I mean, there's only 2 days until the next match. So we don't know what CAF is going to do eventually. A lot of people actually at the moment are still questioning the CAF president. A lot of people are questioning some of his decisions.
When will Nigeria host AFCON?
Come on. Well, Nigeria's in the news today. They are planning to renovate the Abuja National Stadium and a budget of 200.
When Abuja workers are on strike, if
work stimulus. I mean, NSC is working.
Osco.
So if someone is protesting, others won't, as long as money is involved.
Anyway, that and what will be coming your way on the sports show this morning. I'm stepping aside now to return to the microphone by 9 a.m. And once it is 9 a.m., it will be time for People's Assembly where we get to have serious conversation. All right, you're welcome. Time to talk sports.
From deep and out. That's a smashing ball. It's Martins. Yobo, the good ball. And it's just out to the bow. Simcoe Odesi. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. That's something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
All right, let me welcome you this morning to the sports segment of your favorite morning show, Melody Sunrise, right here on Melody 100.7 FM. It's been a while, but your sports here, he's here. Interesting stories everywhere this morning, and I don't even know where to start from, but I want to start from home front, yes. I'm tempted to start, of course, from the post-AFCON brouhaha. But then, in the news this morning, there is an interesting one. We all, of course, been crying and craving for development of all sporting facilities in the country. And now, Abuja Stadium is hub for innovation ahead of course, of the big events in 2026 and the years coming. So Abuja Stadium to go of 24 billion naira from NSC's 203 billion, of course, naira for the year. Well, the news says the upgrade of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium Abuja is expected to, of course, go up the sum of 24 billion naira from the 203 billion budgeted allocated to the National Sport Commission for the year 2026 appropriation bill. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu presented the 58.18 trillion budget of restoration to a joint session of the National Assembly last year. Now, the National Sport budget for 2026 has witnessed a 300% increase from the 78 billion allocated in 2025 as the Commission targets several projects as well as major competitions. Now, Chairman of the NSC, Malam Shehu Diko, had targeted the end of the 2025 to commence work on the stadium as part of the broader effort to revive Nigeria's sports infrastructure. Now, the facilities, which was opened in 2003 during the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has been deemed unfit to host senior national team and other major competitions despite undergoing renovation between 2020 and 2022. Now, under former Sport Minister Sunday Dare, Nigerian billionaire and Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, committed a sum of $1 million towards restoring the main bowl of the stadium. Now, the innovation executed by the local contractors included the installation of pure Dynasty Papillon grass. The upgrade also featured 2 digital scoreboards, 24 sprinklers, nursery beds, and 2-year maintenance plan, all under the public-private partnership agreement. So in the news this morning, we can begin to hope that there will be a big changes to the Moshood Abiola Stadium right there in Abuja. 24 billion naira have been set aside. Well, yesterday we had a FIFA ranking released where the Super Eagles soared to 26th, highest FIFA ranking in 16 years. Yes. Of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have climbed to 26 in the latest FIFA Men's World Ranking, their highest position in 16 years, following a strong run at the just concluded African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Host nation Morocco also broke, of course, into the top 10 for the first time since 1998, reflecting the significant impact of the tournament on Africans football. Eric Shell's boys were among the biggest movers in January 2026 FIFA ranking, rising 12 places after securing bronze medal at the Continental Tournament. Now, the previous highest ranking was in May 2010, when they were ranked 21st in the world. Nigeria played 7 matches during the ranking window, recording 6 wins and 1 loss. Now, the campaign included 4 new victories over Mozambique in the round of 16, a 2-0 quarter-final win against Algeria, and a dramatic semi-final defeat to the host nation on penalties after a goalless draw. Now, the Super Eagles bounced back in the 3rd place, holding Egypt to another scoreless draw before going on the penalty, where they emerged victorious by 4-2 on penalties. And that is to secure the bronze medal. Well, let me drop this last one from the home front before I go, of course, to talk about all the things happening about the post-AFCON. Eric Shell, the Super Eagles manager, is set to keep the Nigeria job and is set for training. Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell is set to undergo, of course, further training with the top European clubs while remaining in charge of the national team. Yes, former Nigerian Football Federation President Amadu Pinnick revealed that the arrangements have been made for Franco-Malian tactician to undertake internship at elite clubs to enhance his technical abilities. Speaking, of course, after Nigeria's top place finish at the 2025 African Cup of Nations, Pinnick disclosed that he had spoken with the FIFA technical head, Arsene Wenger, about the plan. As for the coach, I've spoken to him. I've also spoken to the NFF. I spoke with Arsene Wenger, the head of FIFA technical, and I said, no, listen, he's an exceptional manager, exceptionally good, but we still need even better and the best physicians to go further. So NFF President Ibrahim Gusau has also thrown his weight in behind Eric Shell, praising the 48-year-old for his work since taking charge in January 2024. Well, we can say one good turn deserves another. Eric Shell, you do this one. Now let's go talk AFCON. What is happening? What has happened? Who is angry? Who is reacting? The Moroccan forward and the highest goal scorer of the tournament, Brahim Diaz, released an emotional statement yesterday. And of course, that was about barely 24 hours after missing that penalty that would have ended the trophy drought, or let me say AFCON trophy drought of the Moroccan team. Brahim Diaz got the penalty in the 98th minute. But instead of playing, of course, a serious one, he tried a cheeky one, a penanka. A penanka that ended wrongly, that ended badly. And Edward Mendy, you know him, has a reputation for saving a penanka. He saved the first one that was tried by Aguero back in his days at Chelsea. And the second penalty he will be saving in his career was, of course, in that Sunday night game in Morocco, where Brahim Diaz, who does that? Well, Brahim Diaz does. He did yesterday, before yesterday, where he tried that penalty and straight right into the hand of the man, Edward Mendy. And while releasing a statement yesterday, Brahim Diaz said he's really disappointed in himself. He will carry this nightmare on for the rest of his life. He has longed for this AFCON trophy. And he went further to make claims that, you know what? That wasn't a me. That wasn't a normal me. What happened that day, that night, is actually me under the spell of the Senegalese voodoo. He said he felt a Senegalese player had touched him with something. Yes, he said the Senegalese player has casted a spell on him because a normal Brahim Diaz himself would never ever go on to try something that funny. Hereby calling on the nation, Morocco, saying, I owe you big, and I hope the future will represent another opportunity for me to make up for this great, grave loss. Well, the Senegalese head coach, Pape Thiaw, after taking his players off the pitch because the referee gave Morocco a last-minute penalty, has come out to apologize. Yes, he said, I apologize. I regret asking my players to walk off the pitch. After reflecting, of course, I brought them back. Sometimes we react in the heat of the moment, but we accept the referee's mistake and I apologize to football. Well, you know, he's actually been facing heat since after the game. After the game, immediately, he wasn't allowed to take the post-match conference via a bulk of the press pool, consisting of Moroccan, of course, press, booed him out of the press conference. And after that, he's had a suspension placed on him indefinitely. I'm still giving you the post-AFCON updates. FIFA president also released a statement yesterday, first congratulating the nations, Senegal, for winning the trophy, but went further to say it was a disappointing display. And on sportsmanship, like we saw with Senegal yesterday, day before yesterday, after they abandoned the game for about 6 to 7 minutes because the penalty was awarded to Moroccan. He said this is not how football is done. If you don't agree with the referee's decision, you don't leave the pitch. You stay on the pitch, you make your claim, you make your protests, not leaving the pitch. He said this is disappointing and beneath African football. Well, Sadio Mane, the man everybody is talking about. When others are just wishing that they just please lay hands on AFCON for one time in their career, Sadio Mane has done it twice in his career. He won his first AFCON in 2021 and his second AFCON just about 48 hours ago. And if you look at the trophy cabinet of this man, Sadio Mane, the Premier League in 2020, FA Cup in 2022, Carling Cup, Carabao Cup in 2022, Champions League in 2019, Super Cup in 2019, Club World Cup in 2019, Bundesliga in 2023, the German Super Cup in 2022, the Arab Club Champions Cup in 2023, the Australian Bundesliga in 2014, the Australian Cup in 2014. Salute the man, Sadio Mane. Insane trophy cabinet right there. Let me give you one more story before leaving the AFCON and go straight to Europe, because you know what day it is. You know what time it is. It is Champions League night. Champions League night. You know, when you hear that Champions League, always comes with a tune. But don't worry about that. When we come on the cruise show by 6 p.m., you will get to feel and hear that. Edward Mendy, the last one I'll be dropping today on the AFCON, is the one, of course, of the hero of Senegal tonight. In the last night's game, he denied Brahim Diaz Penanka in the 90 plus 24 second minute. And his trophy cabinet, of course, is insane as well. 2 AFCON, 1 Champions League with Chelsea, 1 UEFA Super Cup with Chelsea, 1 Club World Cup with Chelsea, a Saudi Super Cup with Al Hilal, and AFC Champions with Al Hilal. He's the man for the finals, underrated goalkeeper right there. Well, let's go into the UEFA Champions League. Well, the first one in the UEFA Champions League this morning is, of course, Paul Pogba, the man who's been back from that suspension after failing the doping test. Paul Pogba will miss the Champions League match against Real Madrid. The French midfielder is not fully fit yet to participate and is not in the squad traveling to Spain. And still in the Champions League, Real Madrid coach, or interim coach, anyhow you call him, Abelua, when asked if he will bench Vinicius Jr., he said, I don't know if I've been clear enough. Vinicius will be on the pitch as long as he's available, performing at his current level. So when we face AS Monaco, Vinicius Jr. will be right on the pitch. I trust the player, I trust his effort, and the records are there to show that he is a great one for Real Madrid. Now, Kylian Mbappe is also in the news speaking, saying we all know when Vinicius Jr. is the best in the world. He is the best at the moment. We need him to do better, and we all need to protect the man, Vinicius Jr. Of course, let me go give you, the run of games that will be going down in the Champions League round for the week. In case you don't know it yet, by 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time, Carriel and Marty will be taking on Club de Brugge. By 6:45 p.m., Manchester City will be taking on Bodo Glimt. That's away from home. Napoli also will be traveling to Copenhagen. And the game kickoff is 9 p.m. Inter Milan Arsenal. It's going to be 9 p.m. as well. Of course, you know what time it is. And then it is 9 p.m. the same time we'll be having Olympiacos. Yes, Olympiacos will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. By, of course, same 9 p.m. Real Madrid will be taking on no other person but AS Monaco right there. And the same 9 p.m. we'll be having Sporting Lisbon taking on PSG. And the same 9 p.m. we'll be having Tottenham Hotspur taking on Borussia Dortmund. Villarreal will be with the last one taking on Ajax Amsterdam. And by tomorrow in the UEFA Champions League, actions will include Galatasaray taking on Atletico Madrid, Karabakh taking on Eintracht Frankfurt, Atlanta taking on the Atletico Bilbao, Bayern Munich taking on Union, Chelsea will be taking on Pafos FC, Juventus taking on Benfica, Liverpool taking on Marseille, Newcastle United taking on PSG, and PSV, and Barcelona will be taking on Slavia Praha. When we come on the cruise show by 6 p.m., we look into that and many more. Don't forget the transfer windows are open. Maguire, of course, completed his move from Crystal Palace to Manchester City yesterday for £20 million. That and many more when we come back by 6 p.m. From now until then, so much exciting things to enjoy on Melody 100.7 FM. I'll be bowing out now and then you over to the rest of the Melody Sunrise. I'm yours, nice and faithful Daniel Adeyemi, saying have a wonderful morning and bye for now.
Station is 100.7. What's the big difference? We play anything like this. And this. And even this. A bigger variety with the biggest music library. 100.7. We play anything.
Let's do it.
Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan. Stay cool with Melody.
From Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 9 a.m.
Hello, my name is Tope Alabi. Keep listening to Melody FM 100.7 Basharon Ibadan. Keep listening. Don't touch that.
I wish I can fly. I wish I can take off. I wish I can touch the sky. Smile on my face. I wish I can talk to you one more time, my friend. Back pass, I'll see you for a jana. Whoa, back pass, I'll see you for a jana.
Back forever, back for life is got to adapt, that's a dress, let's get in with the bar. Color. Yeah. 2021, one. Can't stop this one, that one, who's fault? Maybe cause it was. Now so I lose my pops, but I'm moving on. Lorenzo, 2019, my younger bro was gone. Like I just wanted to blow. It be like I'm missing it be like make I scream Jack. Oh, I am the one, her only son. After me, she get like 2 miscarriages since I was born. We lost a lot, what the world.
Wish I can fly. Wish I can take off. Wish I can touch the sky. Smile on my face. Wish I can talk to you one more time, my friend. Put you back fast. I'll see you for our journey. Whoa, put you back fast. I'll see you for our journey. When I lose my papa, then I move to a papa before I job. I'll see you for a job. When I lose my brother, I'm losing my mind, my time, love her. Everybody for job, I be more. Wish I can fly, wish I can take off, wish I can touch the sky, smile on my face. Wish I can talk to you. One more time, my friend. Back fast. I'll see you for Alexander.
All right, 9:03 from the studios of Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad. This is Melody Sunrise, and we are now live inside of the People's Assembly. You just listened to Kiss Daniel Dimodi Black and Belash Murder on that song with Alajana. Okay, so we are about to talk about something a bit serious, and before I move further to talk about things that we'll be looking at today on the show. First off, if you're listening for the first time, Melody Sunrise is a show that airs every weekday from Monday through to Friday, and we have a segment on that show, Melody Sunrise, called the People's Assembly, where we get to talk about serious life issues. Serious, sometimes we talk about things going on in the country, sometimes we talk about things going on in politics, economy, sometimes we talk health, sometimes we talk societal issues, and sometimes we focus on things going on in our state and also in our town, or should I say in our city, Ibadan, okay, and or your state at large, and things going on right around you, basically. So that is what we'll be looking at today. We'll be focusing on something that might be political and also that might be, societal as well. And also we're looking at it because some people are saying that it is given, what's the code now? It is given scam, so to say. All right, we're looking at something really, really important. And this People's Assembly is like a parliament setting where there would be the Honorable of the House, that is the Honorable Speaker of the House, which I'll be serving in capacity of. And on the other hand, you'll be the Honorable of the House. What I do is bring the conversation to the forefront, and we talk about it, we dissect it. And once it is, what's it called now? Once we talk about it, or once I actually break it down for you, then I open the floor, aka the studio lines, for you to call in and drop your 2 cents concerning the issue at hand. Okay, so today, what we'll be looking at is something going on or brewing in Oyo State. In fact, it was on the front pages yesterday of different Nigerian dailies, and a lot of people are saying, really, seriously? But this is not something that has been kept under the wraps. Okay, I really want to point out that it is not like this has been kept under the wraps. So I would actually start from things that happened prior to now concerning this whole issue. What actually birthed this whole issue in the first place? You remember in 2024, was it early 2024? Yes, basically. And there was an explosion that happened in Bodija, Ibadan, Nigeria. Yes, and it happened in the dead of the night. In fact, see, everybody in Ibadan actually heard the explosion. You might have felt like tremble or maybe just hear some things. You think that some people are actually, drilling borehole around your area. But it happened in the night, so to say, around 17th of January 2024. That was when the explosion happened, and a lot of people were displaced. A lot of people were displaced from their homes, and there was committee set up to actually help them relocate them, help them rebuild, and all of that. And even the federal government came out to actually drop relief fund. The promise to drop 50 billion naira, and last year, the governor of your state, in person of Governor Seyi Makinde, actually came out to talk about the relief fund that was actually given to the state concerning the Bodija explosion. Now, the governor said the federal government released 30 billion and not 50 billion over the Ibadan explosion. And this was a statement credited to Governor Makinde in response to Fayose, the former governor of Ekiti State, as the Oyo State governor late last year, around December 29th, 30th-ish, has actually dismissed allegations by former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose that he diverted a chunk of 50 billion naira federal intervention fund provided after the January 2024 Ibadan explosion, describing the claim as false, misleading, and politically driven. Now, you would actually recall that Mr. Fayose actually accused the governor of Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde, of receiving 50 billion naira from the federal government and failing to disclose it publicly, while alleging that he diverted the bulk of the funds for political purposes. Now, responding in a statement last year through a special advisor on media, Sulaimon Olanrewaju, Governor Makinde actually said the federal government released 30 billion naira and not 50 billion naira to Oyo State. He said in his words, the federal government did not give Governor Makinde 50 billion naira. What exists on record is a request and a promise, not a disbursement, the statement actually read. And according to the governor's aide, documents cited to support the allegations merely showed a proposal and not an actual release of funds. So the statement explained that after January 2024 explosion in Bodija, Ibadan, which killed residents and destroyed properties, Governor Makinde traveled to Abuja with a detailed assessment report to request for federal intervention, especially after President Bola Tinubu did not visit the state. Now, Mr. Olanrewaju said that the federal government promised a 50 billion naira intervention package, but eventually released only 30 billion. A promise is not a release. When it was time to act, only 30 billion naira was released. That was what the governor's aide said, adding that the remaining 20 billion was withheld after demands linked to inducement were introduced, which the governor refused. So he then added that the governor, that is Governor Makinde, chose not to publicly litigate negotiations tied to a national tragedy, focusing instead on the relief and recovery efforts. So how the money was spent, Mr. Olanrewaju said Governor Makinde publicly acknowledged the federal government's support during the inauguration of a committee established to manage and disburse the relief funds. Now, according to him, the committee operated with transparency and ensured accountability in the use of the 30 billion naira released. Part of the funds were paid directly to victims of Bodija explosion after immediate relief, while the remainder was used for reconstruction and restoration work within the affected area. He said damaged roads had been repaired, rebuilding was ongoing, and plans were underway to construct a memorial at the site of the explosion to honor those who lost their lives. So the statement clarified that the 4.5 billion naira figure, often cited in public discussions, referred to strictly to direct financial assistance given to victims, including landlords and tenants, and the amounts represent about 15% of the total funds released. The governor ensured direct support to victims while also funding broader government intervention. Anyone who visits the area can see that, there is reconstruction going on. And that was what the governor's aide, Mr. Olanrewaju, said. And the political undertone, the governor's spokesperson described the renewed allegation as politically driven reasoning, linking them to Mr. Makinde's recent declaration that he would not support the president's re-election come 2027. Now, a lot of things have actually gone on back and forth between Governor Makinde and Nyesom Wike, the tussle in the People's Democratic Party, and I'm heading somewhere. Like I said, I'm giving you the background of what is actually going on right now. January 1st as well, the Ibadan explosion, federal government's 30 billion naira fund has been untouched. 20 billion balance unpaid, according to the governor of Oyo State. Now, the Oyo State government actually disclosed that 30 billion released by the federal government as part of the intervention fund approved for January 16th, 2024 Bodija explosion in Ibadan, the state capital, had remained untouched for 2 years after the tragic incident. The government also revealed that the federal government is yet to release the outstanding 20 billion naira balance from the 50 billion naira approved to support the reconstruction of Old Bodija and its environs. Now, in a statement issued by the State Commissioner for Information, that is Dr. Yelade, on Thursday, January 1st, the state government disclosed that the 30 billion naira remains untouched in the state government infrastructure support account number. It gave it out with the bank, and the statement partly reads, following the unfortunate explosion that occurred on January 16th, 2024 in the Bodija area of Ibadan, and being aware of that intervention funds exist at the federal level for states facing emergencies, His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, formally wrote to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu requesting approval for financial support to assist the state in managing the disaster. In the letter dated January 19th, 2024, Governor Makinde outlined the immediate steps already taken by the state government to mitigate the impact of the explosion. Now, these measures included the deployment of earth-moving equipment to aid search and rescue efforts, the hospitalization of injured victims with all medical bills fully covered by the state government, and the deployment of ambulances and medical personnel to the scene, and the provision of accommodation for displaced victims in hotels at the expense of the state government. The governor then highlighted additional areas where federal assistance were required, and these included clearing of rubble and debris as part of continued search and rescue operations, immediate integrity test on buildings within the affected axis and demolition of unsafe structures, compensation for owners of affected properties, reconstruction of Old Bodija and its environs, expansion of the emergency response hub, and environmental impact assessment, logistics support and reimbursement, and infrastructural development required to restore normalcy to Bodija and surrounding communities after the massive destruction. Now, to address these needs, the Oyo State government estimated the cost to be around 100 billion naira and requested the president's approval for that particular amount. But that was not what happened. The president, however, approved 50 billion naira, half of the requested sum, and the purpose of the approved fund was clearly stated by the federal government as support for the reconstruction of Old Bodija and environs after Bodija explosion. A memo was attached to it, dated August 29th, 2024, from the Accountant General of the Federation to the Minister of Finance, released by the political agent of the federal government, Mr. Ayo Fayose. Now, the statement added that the state government explained it deliberately refrained from accessing the funds because of the remaining 20 billion naira was being withheld by relevant federal agencies without any official explanation. So, following the approval, an Oyo State government infrastructure support was opened with a bank in Nigeria for the intervention fund. Out of the approved 50 billion, the federal government through the Central Bank of Nigeria released 30 out of the 50 to Oyo State on November 4th, 2024. And as of Thursday, December 31st, 2025, the 30 billion naira remained untouched in the Oyo State infrastructure account with the said bank. Interested members of the public may verify the information. That is what Mr. Oyelade actually did said, saying that the Oyo State government has deliberately refrained from utilizing the 30 billion. So the 4.5 billion that was mentioned earlier was from the coffers of the state purse and not the money that was disbursed. So saying that they were waiting for the 20 billion naira to come, and that is why they did not touch it. Now, concluding the statement, he noted that, that is the Commissioner for Information in Oyo State. Following the explosion, Nigerians are aware of the swift and sustained effort of the state government, which significantly mitigated the effect of the disaster. The state government did not wait for federal intervention, which came in November, because, it was almost a year after the incident, as the incident happened in January. So as of today, when the statement was released, as of then, January 1st, 2026, the Oyo State government has spent about 24.6 billion naira from its own resources on Bodija and its environs in a direct response to the explosion and its consequences. So this includes 20.141 billion naira spent on the reconstruction of infrastructure in Bodija and surrounding areas, as well as 4.085 billion naira paid as support and compensation to victims of the explosion. So these expenditures were fully borne by the Oyo State government. So a document released by the federal government through its agent, Mr. Ayefayose, indicates that a total of 915.5 billion naira was approved as intervention funds for states across Nigeria, and the list of beneficiary states shows the Southwest received 150 billion naira, while another received 50 billion naira, as Oyo State, despite experiencing one of the most devastating incidents, received one of the lowest allocations amongst beneficiary states, as interested members of the public may consult with the list to verify. Now, what is going on right now, and what are we talking about right now? So now we know about what happened, the amount that was actually requested for, the amount that was approved, and the amount that has been said to be disbursed to Oyo State government. So yesterday, news broke that the Human and Environmental Development Agenda, that is HEDA, has petitioned the EFCC, that is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, over alleged diversion, misapplication, and criminal breach of trust concerning the 30 billion naira released by the federal government to Oyo State following the 2024 Bodija explosion. The petition, signed by HEDA Chairman Olanrewaju Suraj and addressed to EFCC Chairman Olanipekun Olukoyede, questioned the status of funds intended for victims' compensation, reconstruction, and emergency relief. Dated January 5th, 2026, it expressed concern that only about 4.5 billion of the intervention fund had reportedly been used for relief and compensation, leaving the bulk of 30 billion naira unaccounted for. The controversy intensified as former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose, in a national television interview, claimed that 50 billion naira had been released to Oyo State for Bodija reconstruction and victim support. Oyo State later clarified, like I said, that they received 30 billion and not 50 billion, which remained untouched pending the release of the 20 billion naira balance. Now, Oyo State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Dr. Oyelade, told newsmen that the government's earlier position that 30 billion remained untouched still stands, as they can go to the bank and verify. The state said it disbursed 4.085 billion naira to victims and spent about 24.6 billion naira from its own resources on Bodija and its environs. Oyelade noted that the ongoing controversy may be linked to the 2027 election politics. In its petition, however, HEDA actually raised concerns about transparency, highlighting that the funds were kept in a commercial bank for over a year without public disclosure. Now, the group called on the EFCC to require Oyo State to provide a full public account of the intervention funds, including expenditure and any unspent balance. HEDA then said that the allegations suggest possible corruption, abuse of office, diversion of public funds, criminal breach of trust, and money laundering, all within the EFCC's mandate. So while acknowledging the Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution grants immunity to a sitting governor, the group stressed that such immunity does not prevent investigation into public fund management. So HEDA then urged the EFCC to conduct a thorough, impartial, professional probe into the receipt, the management, and utilization of the federal intervention funds released to Oyo State in connection with the Bodija explosion. So that is where we are right now, ladies. Over to you, my beloved honorable. What do you make of this entire situation? Do you think it is, politically inclined, as some people have said in some quarters? Or do you think that more than what the state government had given to the public in, the last days of last year and the early days of this year, stating that a 30 billion naira is in the bank and untouched, and every amount spent on the relief and reconstruction of the Bodija axis and its environ had been from the pocket of the state government? Do you think the EFCC needs to probe into and investigate what money has been spent on and to confirm if the money had been spent or not? Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Bumi Adefusi, calling from Apata.
Good to have you on the show, Honorable Bumi. Let's have your take.
It is just the choice play for calling EFCC to probe the Oyo State government regarding the 3 billion naira being given to them by the federal government.
30 billion.
It cannot hold water. Why? Because the money is meant for reconstruction and not for compensation. And the money is not stolen. We didn't steal the money. The money is being kept. They stole the money. It is another one. It is another thing. The money still sitting in the state account. Still waiting for 20 billion naira coming. And we must not be ungrateful. Because when the incident occurred, the state government ran quickly to the federal government to seek help. And before the federal government pay any money to the state government swing to action and start taking from their purse, to meet the needs of these people. Those that are saying that they didn't compensate them, the money is not meant for compensation. It's for construction. And let people go to Bodija and see what the state government has done. But the thing is, people want to know that, okay, why is it that the state government is not telling the people the amount they collected from the federal government in the first place? But state government is saying that this is administration is by process and not rocket science. That they want the money to
be complete
before they make it known to the federal government. And in every government in Nigeria, the kind of politics we run in Nigeria, every state government collects money from federal government. And why is it that federal government is not reviewing all other states? Because all the total money under the government being thrown online is close to 1 billion naira. Why is it that it was only on your state government? Is it because Governor Shemakide has said, I will not support President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Is that why they are?
So you think there is a political undertone to what is going on?
That is politically motivated. That's my submission. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Honorable Prince. Do have a great day ahead of you. Hello, 07055 071 007 or 07025201007, 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. HEDA has actually petitioned the EFCC to probe into the 30 billion naira Bodija explosion fund released to the Oyo State government. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you on the show, Honorable Folashade. Let's have your take.
From my own observation, I just want to plead with the people of Oyo State and the people in Nigeria generally that we should not be ungrateful. I don't know how hard working the administration of Governor Shemakinde is. So we should not be ungrateful. Even before the federal government sends 60 billion or whatever, 80 billion, the governor has been using the money from the state pocket to sponsor these people, to help these people out during the bomb blast in 2024. So we should not put politics into everything. So that's my own point of view. I think they're adding politics into this one. So that's my own observation.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Folashade. Have a great day ahead of you. 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Honorable Adamdola calling from Ojo constituency.
Good to have you on the show this morning. Let's have your take.
All right. Yeah, I agree with the last two callers.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the truth is there is a political undertone to this thing. Now, before now, do they say the amount that is being given to each state as a special intervention fund? Why was it that Fayose came out after Governor Seyi Makinde did his media chat? Why can't Wike even talk after the media chat? There is more to all of those things. I heard that Lagos State collected like over 100 billion naira. So who is talking about that one? You remember, I remember there was a time in this country that a politician came out to say that when you join a particular party, your sins will be forgiven. So what are they trying to? What exactly are they trying to tell us? Like the last caller said, even before the federal government sent in money, the governor has been using the state money to fund this thing. It was after that the money was sent. Why can't the federal government come out then to say, okay, out of the 50 billion naira Oyo State requested for, we've given them 30 billion naira.
They actually requested 400. They cut it down to 50 and disbursed 30 out of the 50.
So why can't they even carry us along then? Why now? I think there is more to all of these things. They should just remove this political whatever and tackle the issue at hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comments on Facebook. Let me know what your take is this morning. Do you think that header actually dragging Governor Seyi Makinde to the EFCC has a political undertone? Do you think that, it is looking like a witch hunt? 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. And if you think that it is the right thing to do for the EFCC to probe into the matter so we can know what the money has been used for, if it has been used or not, call me up or send messages. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Sulaiman Shere calling from Nara.
Good to have you on the show this morning.
This issue was discussed yesterday on this particular program. According to what you said, let me agree that it's a political undertone and political witch hunts. That's it. We can't destroy ourselves. The question is, who mentioned 30 billion? Who raised the alarm? It's not the it's not the Minister of Finance. It's not the spokesperson of the federal government. It's former governor of the Ekiti State that he mentioned it. Why? I think when the governor came up with media chat and tell the public that Nigerian at large he will not support President Tinubu in 2027. So that's the reason why I mentioned that money. And the memo that he released, I think the list of different states were there. It's the Special Intervention Fund. You go and check the memo. All the amount that the distributors, the total is 915 billion.
Yes.
Out of that 915 billion, Oyo State wants to give them 50 billion, we give them 30 billion. The remaining 20 billion, they also mentioned that there are some federal government officials that they want to collect the kickbacks. And that billion is inside the first bank, inside a particular account. But what about the other states that they collected the money? One of the callers mentioned that Lagos State collect 100. Even it's not 100, it's not 150 billion. But why did...
Oh my goodness, I lost that call. Okay, you can call me back or put a call through 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. Hello, good morning, Honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, this is Honorable Sam.
Good to have you on the show this morning, Honorable Sam. Let's have your take.
Thank you. You see, for me, I don't really want to do the part of whether there is a political undertone or not. What me I'm looking at is what the group that sued the federal government and they're inviting the EFCC to investigate. What they said, is it the fact? It's one thing to be giving money, and it's another thing for you to utilize the money for the purpose. So for me, I don't think this talk of there's a political undertone, and this is because he did not support the president. Whether he supports the president or not,
there should be accountability.
The bottom
right?
line is you have already accepted this money to use it for the purpose of a particular project. So for me, there's no point. The money is in one account, go and verify it. Who wants to verify? Okay, the money that they kept in that account now, is it not fixed deposit? The profits that the money will accrue, who is going to collect the money? Is it not them that's going to collect profits for the money that the benefit of the accrued money? So they should stop playing all of this. You know, sometimes because of the way the country has turned itself into, politicians have turned themselves into mini gods, and everybody does whatever he wants to do. And when there's a small spark, people feel like there is a political undertone. So because of that, we have been spoiled so much that sometimes we tend to close our eyes even when we are seeing the reality. Yes, the man has actually started doing something at Bodija. But the thing is, has he completed it? No. And why have they not completed it? Simply because they are short of funds. And here, they are giving you funds. Don't come and tell us you have used your money. The federal government has released a certain amount of money. Why not do the project? I am very sure. I am into construction. I can tell you for a fact that that money they have can complete that project confidently without even expecting it. So whatever money comes in the future, as per the balance of the 20 billion they're talking about, that money is going to be like a Sarah money for them. But then, for the time being, do the project, complete it. And let's not forget, he's rounding up his tenure. After his tenure, if we don't hear anything, whether we like it or not, that money will end up hearing, yes, it is after his tenure, we'll start hearing, yes, it's probing him for this matter. Before, after some time, the same way others have been swept under the carpet, it will also go under the carpet. So for the now, let him just continue with.
So you think there should be accountability and transparency regardless?
There should be accountability and transparency. It should, no matter what. The people, don't tell us the money is in an account. Don't keep the money. The money was not meant to be in that account. The money was meant to start off that project and finish it so that people, that with that money, the people should have moved back into the shops and started doing their business. That is another revenue center for your state, Bodija market. So they should do it and forget about all this political undertone or whatever they are attacking. We are not interested in it. Do the project. Forget other states that they are giving big money.
But do the project first.
This is our own state.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Sam, for your opinion. 07055 071 007 or 07025201007. You can also head to Facebook and drop your comments on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. Hello, good morning, Honorable. Good morning. All right, good to have you back.
I think what the Honorable Sam said, I absolutely agree with him. That we, the citizens, we need to hold our leader accountable. Yes, that is it. But like what he said there's ongoing construction of work in Bodija. If that means the government is embark on project before the federal government gives them money, and if that contractor has stopped the job, maybe they should divert that fund to it and let the public know that this so money that we get has been diverted to the ongoing construction work that's going on in Bodija axis. But what those people that the petition, either how they call them, where are they when the explosion occurs? Because that 30 billion, they cannot give it to the victim at all. That is major problem. You don't know that money is for infrastructure that have been destroyed during that explosion. But what we know is that we need the accountability and transparency from our government. And the federal government as well, the least, we want to know the other states, how much they are giving to other states as well. Because only
so you can only cast on your states, right?
Yes, that's why I said there's political undertone. Because the least is not only Oyo, it's under that out of 915 billion.
Yeah.
If you remove 30 billion from it, the total money is remaining 875 billion.
Yeah.
So that they share to other states. Other states let us know how much they are giving to them. Thank God we have known about the Oyo, and they paid us the money is untouched. But we all just
so you're saying that
money to that Bodija. to finish that uncompleted project.
Okay.
That's my own submission. That
Thank
I actually want to ask a question.
Okay.
Right,
yes, I wanted
you.
to ask you that. So you're saying that if the federal government is claiming that Oyo State should be transparent, they also need to be transparent and tell us how much they gave other states as well.
That is it.
All right, thank you so very much.
Out of the federation, Oyo State is not only the IC state. So what about the other state as well? So to let the other those people in that state hold their leader accountable as well.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Honorable Sheriff. Have a great day ahead of you. 07055071007 or 07025201007. You can call me up, send messages, or head to Facebook and drop your comments right there on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. Adedamola Okunlola on Facebook says, beautiful morning to you in the studio. It is evident that Fayose coming out to talk about the 30 billion naira given to Oyo State is all politics. Is Oyo State the only state given the money? Why did he come out to say this after Makinde's media chat? Trust me, there is more to this. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Adedamola Okunlola 07055071007. Allow me off my day saying more wisdom. Thank you also so much. You can head to Facebook and drop your comment. If you're just tuning in, this is Melody Sunrise and Melody 100.7 FM. My name is Bolabad and we are live inside of the People's Assembly. We're having a conversation centered around the EFCC petition that has actually been levied against the Oyo State government, against the state governor actually, that is Engineer Seyi Makinde, as regards the 30 billion naira Bodija Explosion Fund that was disbursed to Oyo State in 2024, saying that the EFCC need to investigate and, we need to know what the money has been used for. The Human and Environmental Development Agenda header has actually petitioned the EFCC over alleged diversion, misapplication, and criminal breach of trust concerning the 30 billion naira released by the federal government to Oyo State following the January 2024 Bodija explosion in Abuja. Now, the petition signed by the header Chairman Olanrewaju Suraju and addressed to EFCC Chairman Olapekun Olukoyede actually dated January 5th this year, and it expressed concerns that only about 4.5 billion naira of the intervention fund had reportedly been used for relief and compensation, leaving a bulk of 30 billion naira unaccounted for. The controversy actually intensified after the former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose on an interview on television claimed that 50 billion naira had been released to Oyo State for Bodija reconstruction and victim support. Oyo State later clarified that they received 30 billion and not 50, which remain untouched pending the release of the 20 billion. While a lot of people are saying that do not even wait for the completion, right? Do what you can with what you have. Whether or not they said, send the 20 billion balance, use the 30 billion. Do not leave it dormant in the bank account. Okay, so a lot of people are saying that let Oyo State be transparent. Let them show workings. We've spent this amount. You've not completed the construction. You need more money, but you're waiting for the money to be complete. It go add up. For some people, it's not adding up. While some people are saying that it is a political witch hunt, why is it that it is happening after the media chat that the Oyo State governor actually had, stating that it won't be supporting the president for re-election come 2027? What do you make of this entire situation? 07055071007 or 07025201007. Those are the numbers to call me up on or to send messages to. Head to Facebook as well. Drop your comments on Facebook at Melody 100.7 FM. That is Melody 100.7 FM. Sharif Agumbiade on Facebook says, good morning, a beautiful morning to you as well. Let me know what your take is this morning. Drop your comment, call me up, let me know what you think. 07055 071 007 07055 071 007 or 07025 201-007. The time is 9:40 from the studios, and I want to say a big thank you to every single person that called in, sent messages, tried to call in but couldn't get into the studios, and also dropped comments on Facebook. A big thank you to you and yours. Melody Sunrise returns tomorrow, and People's Assembly returns tomorrow on Melody Sunrise between 9 and 9:30 a.m. Tomorrow morning. Right now, I'll be heading back to the music because we need to check how things going on in the world of tech. And once it is 9:45, do not forget that Melody Surprise will be eating your airwaves, where I get to call someone on your behalf, someone celebrating either the birthdays, the wedding anniversary, promotion at work, whatever it is you want to celebrate someone for. By all means, send me a message to either of the studio lines: 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007, or 07025201007. In fact, you can text me via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is 07055 071 007, 07055 071 007. It is back to the music, and this one is Chandelier by Manaki. Stick around, keep it locked, don't move a muscle.
Don't forget. Maybe you don't forget. Pushing me go, you calling me vanilla. Too late to cry, was a last in the past. Funny man died, not only man bury him. You left the star and the chandelier. Pushing me go, you calling me vanilla. Too late to cry, was a last in the past. Funny man died, not only man bury him. You left the star and the chandelier. Pushing me go, you calling me vanilla. Try when I be cooling hands, but the man died. I couldn't even bury him. You let the star, the chandelier. No paradise, fan rocky. You know fi connect it just like coffee. Just because say you know see I'm well, you me say make you look harmless. When I text you, you reply emoji. If I get my face, you don't give notice. When I jam on rock, I no see Moses. I cry water plenty. Everything on a blessing. Like all my love for everything that I bless. I fall in like all my love for. But you go, you calling me vanilla. Too late to cry, was a last in the mask. Funny man died, not only man bury him. You left the star and the chandelier. But you go, you calling me vanilla. Too late to cry when I be cooling hands. Funny man died, not only man bury him. Let the star and the chandelier. Nobody can see the future. Why you go out of
Melody FM 100.7.
Everything's still pretty much the same round here. The neighbor's still shooting all next year's deer. Boys still lose unless they're playing at home. But I got better since you got gone. I'm still a few too many on a Friday night. Still try to stay tell me, don't get me wrong, but I got better since you got gone. Swear it was like I'll be damned, I'm finally back to being who I am. When we were over, it was overnight. Light came on, it all felt right. When it all went wrong, you turned me loose. Wasn't no telling who I turned into, but it turns out me and you together's why it took so long. 'Cause I got better since you got gone. Mama was the devil, now we're talking again. My friends you hated ain't said one word. Besides, you got better since you lost her. Swear